All right, welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time now for Education Matters, and we are here with Dr. Craig Douglas. So, Dr. Douglas, it is good to see you. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It is a Monday after all. So today we are talking about the importance of reviewing lessons, which is something that kids back in school, many classes are covering right now. So it's pretty much what students learned last year. Why do you think teachers start the school year with kind of a revamp of previous lessons?
Well, depending upon the youngsters, sometimes kids kind of twist it and diminish it. They'll come home and say, all we did today was review. Well, in most cases, subjects are cumulative. In other words, new topics build upon previous topics. So it makes good sense and good teaching sense to build new lessons upon previous ones. Now that may be the previous year's work or maybe the previous unit, depending upon what it is. Foreign language, whatever, it builds on previous knowledge. And on that, Benjamin Bloom has a taxonomy of learning that many of us in education memorized, and the basic level is knowledge. And in order to have a solid basic knowledge, you have to have good recall, and that means a lot of review, a lot of repetitive review. Sometimes that may be perceived to be less interesting, less exciting than new topics, but because knowledge is the basics of moving forward, it's important to have that down. It only makes sense at the start of the school year there would be more than just a little review to begin the year.
Why should students take past lessons as importantly as new ones?
Well, it builds confidence for them.
Okay.
If they have confidence in the material and they can recall the material with accuracy, then grasping new concepts is even easier.
Yeah.
My old subject is mathematics, and that's an easy one to understand. If you've got the 4 operations down pat, then when you start to use the 4 operations on, say, fractions, it's not as big a deal.
Right.
Conversely, if you're stumbling with some operational recall issues, fractions are going to be harder.
Very good.
I hope that makes sense.
I understood it, yeah, perfectly, thank you. So for a lot of subjects, learning, of course, like we said, is prior knowledge. So if students are struggling, say, with mathematics, what kind of tips do you have so that they could prepare ahead?
Well, I think going back to what they understand firmly and then moving back from there forward again and seeing what the stumbling blocks are. Again, in math, maybe it's the location of the decimal point in a story problem. You know, going back and taking a little bit of a fine-tooth comb approach to it and getting a fresh start. Fresh starts always really worked well for me in mathematics, and I think it still applies today.
Very good. Anything else that you would like our students to know?
Patience for parents when they hear that line from their students, to understand that just reviewing is really not just reviewing. It's an important fundamental in good teaching and good practice. And new concepts, they're coming. You know, here we are, it's the first Monday of the school year for many students. And pretty soon we'll be into fall, and then, you know, we'll be into M-STEP and other testing. And so the school year is it's gonna go pretty quickly.
I know every teacher in classroom is different, but is there a specific time frame in which teachers plan to do a lot of reviewing materials?
In many cases, not all, but in many cases, that review is the anticipatory set for their lesson. So a new topic might be on the plate to present, but to set the stage for that, it's the prior knowledge you just mentioned, which is the previous material. They review that to ground the class, and then to move the class forward into new concepts.
All right, so there's purpose
to
their madness. All right, Dr. Douglas, I appreciate you coming in and sharing some of these tips and information.
Very good. Have a great day.
Yes, have a great day, everyone. And if you want more on this topic, just check out the lifestyle page under the features tab. That's right on WNEM.com.